Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's land.
Yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version. All right,
This
Paulie, let's go.
video is just about one thing, and that is the movie that is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Oh my God, my initial feelings. Um, we saw the film at the Grove Theater. It's one of the premier theaters in Los Angeles, right next to Television City, right in the heart of Hollywood, kind of West Hollywood area. It's a very fun and great theater to go to. There's a lot of theaters, a lot of screens. Um, it was packed. It wasn't packed at first, and I was like, "Oh, is people are people like?" I even had that thought of like, "Well, maybe someone's buying seats and trying to pad." And I was like, "Oh man!" But sure enough, we had gotten there early. Sure enough, man, everyone piled in. Everyone piled in, and everyone was psyched. They were so psyched that when the film started and the Marvel Studios banner rang out with their traditional opening, people screamed. Yeah, I mean, it was a great crowd, which always helps. So this film has there has a lot of it has a lot of good qualities that other Marvel films don't have. That the majority of the Marvel films of late are lacking, right? And it's right from the get go is the storytelling. The storytelling is amazing. The storytelling takes us back, and we jump into the legend that they create of the Ten Rings and Shang-Chi's dad, who is Wao Wing, and he's got many names, which I love as well because you know they make him out to be the bad man and who of many names over many years, which works for me. A lot of things worked for me with this film. So the storytelling was just amazing, and what I thought was going to be its biggest weakness, the lead actor, Simi Liu. I was totally amazed. I was completely wrong about the guy, and not about him, just about him as a leading man. In his unassuming nature, as how he started the film, that works. That works because he's want nothing to do with what his true calling is, and it's fantastic. And so I can't stress enough how great the storytelling is, which makes it different. It's almost not like a Marvel film. It's it's almost like an an action fantasy drama, right? You have the action of the kung fu, the martial arts, and the chase scenes, and all that good stuff. You have the fantasy of the characters and the worlds that inhabit it, and then you have the drama of the family, of the father and the son, and oh my God, I mean, you know, I could see why it got very emotional. There were some great emotional moments, and the mother and the daughter as well. Um, so that was so at its heart, it's got that, and it goes beyond it being Asian, it being a Chinese story, it being a martial arts story. It is a story that we could all relate to, and then it just kicks ass, right? Oh my God! And then the actors, Tony Lau, Similu, Aquafina was. I mean, if anyone, to me, if anyone's gonna be a triumph, it's her. Everyone's been toying with that word around, but Aquafina surprised the shit out of me. She was hilarious. She had a heart. She could act, and not many comedians can do that. And those comedic moments, because it had a lot of humor, worked for me, worked for a lot of people in the theater, and worked for Mrs. Slan as well. So yeah, I can't praise this enough. And what I'm happy that I got to do is I got to turn off any of the mild spoilers from people the last couple of days, because I did not want to go into the movie theater uh, jaded on any level. This movie delivers. It, it's got lessons of life, and yet doesn't hammer you over the head with any agenda, other than be yourself and don't be afraid of who you are, and love your family. I mean, it kicks ass, and also just be proud of your ancestors and the people before you, all that good stuff, which you do find in a lot of great martial arts films. And you the thing with the martial art that was taught from the mother, handed down to Tony Lau, a lot of there are martial arts that were created by women, so it all works for me as a martial artist as well. I really appreciated it. Yeah. I know there's like a lot of spoilers and Easter eggs and all this stuff, but you almost didn't need it. You almost didn't need it, and yet those were really cool. As far as who made cameos, and who showed up at the end, but you really almost didn't need it, because what this movie did so well is what the storytelling did so well. It had two big strikes against it, right? That the character wasn't introduced. Everyone was saying the character wasn't introduced like Black Panther. It should have been introduced in a movie before, in a movie before, in a movie before. I had that going against it, right? Also, too, there's literally no names. And that's gonna change right now, because you're gonna be introduced to some really quality actors and new stars, which I'm so happy about. So I had these two big strikes against them, and it delivered. The storytelling, um, what it did was paid attention to the conflict of the father and handing down the legacy to the son, which we just it made it universal. It made it like boom, really relatable. It was just like, so it didn't need, it succeeded on that. It succeeded on again so many levels, and it succeeded on it not needing to introduce Shang-Chi in another Marvel film. It almost would have been, um, I don't know. It almost just, I want to feel like it wouldn't have fit just yet, because the storytelling was, this guy was about, not he didn't want any of that life, whether it was good or bad, but he just wanted to be a regular dude who was a parking attendant and partied with his friends. And at the end of the movie, it makes sense that he's introduced to the world of the Avengers, and and Wong says, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because your whole world has changed. So that was wonderful. And then I've always know, and I've been saying this for months in regards to Mr. Tony Lau, who played the father. Tony Lau is one of my favorite actors from Asia, and I shouldn't even say that. He's just one of my favorite actors. He's just wonderful to watch. The Grandmaster, Red Cliff, I'm in the Mood for Love. It goes back 20 years. I'm so happy he was in so much of it, because he's just so fascinating to watch. And Simi Lau, you know, he had the unassuming nature. He was obviously he was athletic and did a great job with the martial arts, and he could act. He did a fine job. He did a fine job, and he grew and became Shang Li, the balanced human being, which really that's what it was all about. That balance of his father, the best of his father, and the best of his mother, and that's what gave him his light. His light was. I mean, I'm getting a little emotional here, but that really is all about. Then, like I said with Aquafina, let me tell you guys, I was not going in expecting to like Aquafina one bit, and she knocked it out of the park. She knocked it out of the park. The directing, oh my lord. Who else? So those were the main characters, and there was a sister that came on later in the film, and she did a fine job. And there's going to be more of her. We'll bring in some more people, and we can talk about that. But go see this, guys. Go see this film. It is really a unique Marvel film. It's, I'm trying to think of the what's, besides Infinity War. I mean, that's just, and it's up there. It's up there. It's probably the most enjoyable non-Marvel superhero movie I've seen in years. Woo. Okay.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The slant.
Yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version.
All right, Paulie, let's go.
All right, listen, y'all. Just go ahead and let the guest play. Come on, jeez.